Eric and I have been having some struggles in our marriage lately. It just seems there's some issues that keep coming up that we never fully talk about or have a resolution to. So I reached out to Jess because I really thought she'd have some good insight into some of the issues Eric and I have been having. I love that you guys were like so on the same page from the beginning, because I think me and Eric have been on very different pages from the beginning.
I don't even know if she wants kids. I mean, that's one thing she's half and half on.
I've always been, if my husband does, yes, we'll talk about it, but obviously our age difference.
Talk about it? If she doesn't want them, I'm done.
Because, you know, he is 35 and he's like, oh, I don't want to be an old dad. Like, I'm ready to start a family. And whereas, you know, I'm kind of in a position where obviously being a little bit younger, and I worry that he wants an answer from me, like right now, like when I'll be ready. And I don't have an answer. It's not a no, but it's not a yes.
Yeah.
We're still figuring out our relationship, let alone trying to figure out bringing, you know, kids and all of that into the mix. Like, I've only known the man for 10 months, you know? Like, yes, we're married, but it's still a very short time period to like be having those discussions, I feel like. I don't know, it stresses me out just like thinking about it.
It's really important for couples to have conversations early on about kids. It can be a make or break topic. For Austin and I, we were both like in our 30s, and so we're kind of both at the same place. Like, I feel like you are very mature, but Eric is much older, and you know, there are things that you want to get done that he's already gotten done. And
yeah, and that's where like it's a struggle, because we know it's kind of a make or break conversation, honestly, and I think that scares us both a lot. But I mean, kids are a big deal. Like, you can't just not talk about it.
Well, hey man, I appreciate you taking my call and coming over and just talking with me.
You know, just things with Virginia have continued to be tense.
For us, like, there's so many things that we agree to disagree on. A big thing for us is having kids, you know? And to be perfectly honest, like, I fully intended in who I was marrying to 100% want children.
Right.
So, you know, she's mentioned before, like, I don't know. I don't know if in 3 years I would be ready. And that is an okay feeling to have, but for me, that's like one of the missing pieces of my life that I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's just where our conversations have gone with things like that. It's like, she's still unsure, and that's a big factor in trying to decide, hey, I'm gonna wait 2 or 3 years for you to maybe think about it, and then you come to realize, no,
Right.
no, I'm not ready, and I don't know when I will be. That's hard. Trying to find that middle ground with it, it's been hard.
Mm-hmm. Hearing that Erik and Virginia are not doing too great is super sad to hear. It's not something that I expected. You know, 'cause you do want other people to do well. It's such a crazy experience. You know, I do love both of them. They're great people. They're just maybe not great together.
I mean, kids are a big deal. We know it's kind of a make or break conversation, honestly. We, I think, are both worried to see like where those discussions will lead. So we've kind of been avoiding them the last couple months, it feels like.
but you can only do that for so long.
Talking to Jess about when I might be ready to have children is super helpful, but it's also making me realize that these are the type of conversations Eric and I need to be having. Things kind of can explode very easily when you're in, you know, a vulnerable position.
Yeah, sometimes like you can love each other a lot, but it's not gonna solve the fundamental issues you guys have.
I love him, and I can still see a future with him if we can come to that common ground, but it definitely scares me that like either isn't a common ground or that we won't be able to find it.
I mean, you know our age difference. It's like 8 years, roughly. And the number itself is not an issue with us. It's almost like where we're at in our life right now.
The trust issues and insecurities that I've acquired from past relationships are mainly due to being cheated on, and that's happened to me 3 times in my life. You know, that was very devastating, and it affected me greatly. So me getting to know Virginia a little bit more, and, you know, just kind of seeing how, you know, she's a free spirit, she's very social, you know, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you mix those two a little bit, then, you know, there can be a little bit of struggle there, I think.
The love is there, that's for sure.
Right.
And I think we both ask ourselves, you know, is that enough? We're coming up on a year, man, that's insane. We're still struggling with like the same things. Like we've got to figure out these things like very soon, or we're just heading down a road that's not good for both of us. So I don't know.